When should food service workers get overtime pay? Imagine working a long shift in a busy restaurant, feeling tired but knowing your paycheck should reflected your extra effort. That's where understanding overtime pay comes into play. If you work in food service, knowing when you qualify for extra pay can make a big difference in your earnings. Most food service workers, like waitstaff, bartenders, cooks, and dishwashers, are covered by federal and state labor laws. These laws say you should get overtime pay if you work more than 40 hours in one work week. A work week is a period of 7 days, usually starting on Sunday or Monday, depending on your employer. If you work over 40 hours, you are entitled to 1.5 times your regular hourly rate for each extra hour. For example, if you earn $15 an hour, your overtime rate would be $22.50 an hour for any hours over 40. It's important to remember that overtime is based on your total hours in the week, not just how many hours you work in one day. So even if you work a 12-hour shift in one day, you only get overtime if your total hours for the week go over 40. Some states, like New York, have additional rules called spread of hours. If your shift lasts more than 10 hours from start to finish, including breaks, you are entitled to an extra hour's pay at the minimum wage rate for that day. This rule helps compensate for the challenges of very long workdays. For tipped employees, the rules are a little different. Employers can pay a lower hourly wage if tips make up the difference to reach the minimum wage. But when calculating overtime, your employer must base it on the full minimum wage, not your lower tipped wage. For example, if your regular pay plus tips is less than the minimum wage, your overtime pay must be calculated using the full minimum wage rate. Not all food service workers qualify for overtime. Managers, supervisors, and certain administrative staff may be exempt if they spend most of their time on managerial duties. But most hourly workers, like servers and cooks, are covered by these rules. To make sure you get paid correctly, keep track of your hours each week. If you work more than 40 hours, check your paycheck to see if you received the proper overtime rate. If you work very long days, see if your state requires spread of hours pay. If you think you're not being paid fairly, you can talk to your employer or contact your state labor department for help. Knowing these rules helps you protect your earnings and understand your rights. Since food service jobs often involve busy periods and irregular hours, being aware of when overtime applies ensures you get paid for all the work you do. If you move into a management role or a salaried position, the rules might change, so staying informed is always a good idea.